It was a Monday night in Rome. The Stadio Olimpico was buzzing. Lazio faced Parma on the 28th of April 2025. Kickoff was at 8:45 CET. Lazio were desperate for a win. They were chasing a Champions League spot. Parma, on the other hand, were languishing. They were 15th in the Serie A table. This match was crucial for both teams. Lazio needed 3 points. They aimed to climb higher in the table. Parma hoped to cause an upset. A win could ease their relegation fears. The tension was palpable. Fans knew the importance of the match. The reverse fixture had been a thrilling encounter. Parma had emerged victorious. They won 3-1 at their home ground. Lazio were keen to avenge that defeat. The players were fired up. They knew they had a point to prove. The bookmakers favored Lazio heavily. Their money line stood at -269. Parma were the underdogs at +695. A draw was priced at +371. Bleacher Nation predicted a 2-1 victory for Lazio. History seemed to be on Lazio's side. They had won 63.6% of their games as moneyline favorites. This translated to 14 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses. They also had a perfect record when the odds were -269 or shorter. Parma, however, had struggled as underdogs. Their win percentage in such scenarios was a dismal 20.8%. They had won only 5 out of 24 games. Moreover, they were yet to win a match when the odds were +695 or longer. Lazio had to contend with several absentees. Reda Belahiani was suspended. He had received a red card in the previous match. Injuries further depleted their squad. Nuno Tavares, Patrick, and Manuel Lazzari were all ruled out. There was some good news for the Biancocelesti. Star striker Tati Castellanos was declared fully fit. Parma also had their share of injury concerns. Alessandro Voliaco, Adrian Bernabe, and Valentin Mihaila were all sidelined. The Crociati were already weakened. These injuries further limited their options. Lazio lined up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Parma countered with a 3-5-2 system. The tactical battle promised to be intriguing. Lazio's midfield trio of Guendouzi, Ravella, and Isaacson were key. They needed to control the tempo of the game. Lazio boasted a potent attack. They were third in Serie A with 55 goals scored. Parma, in contrast, had struggled for goals. They had found the back of the net only 38 times. Defensively, Lazio had been relatively solid. They had conceded 43 goals. Parma's backline had been much more porous. Key player battles were expected. Lazio's Zaccagni, with 8 goals and 6 assists, and Parma's Boni, with 6 goals and 3 assists, were the danger men for their respective sides. The midfield battle was also crucial. Parma's Valeri, with 2 goals and 5 assists, would be looking to dictate play. This match held immense significance. For Lazio, it was a must-win. A victory would keep their Champions League hopes alive. Parma needed points for different reasons. They were desperate to distance themselves from the relegation zone. The Stadio Olimpico was set for a tense and dramatic encounter.